attacked by one of those crazy masked things.
Considering this is a show where people are constantly getting attacked by crazy masked things, this seems like a given and an unnecessary part of the previously on section. Can we arrow in the present already? Yeah, this visual works. Roll commercials. Well, now we know in this universe that Santa is an asshole. Show begins with a flashback to catch you up to the present cliche. Also, isn't it enough that we already have to deal with the what Oliver was doing 5 years ago in every episode? Then on top of that, you give us present day flashbacks? Too many flashbacks, show, too many. Also, office Christmas parties. Taking pills without immediately drinking anything.
You know, these days, you're the closest thing to a partner I got. Happy holidays.
Good to know that Detective Lance's okay with the arrow this episode coin toss landed in the positive. This gives us just enough time to sort of like the guy before he turns into an absolute asshole again.
You have 48 hours, or the citizens of Starling will see what the League of Assassins is capable of.
Oh yeah, and it's real serious business because these guys are willing to dampen the floors and haul in braziers for dramatic effect. You don't want these people to with you.
Sarah is dead.
Unless, of course, Show decides to throw her in the Lazarus pits to resurrect her and make her one of the leads of a new spin-off series. But I'm sure that'll never happen.
Laura? Thea, what are you doing here?
Apparently, she's interrupting people at cemeteries who are clearly trying to spend some time with their deceased loved ones. F***ing Thea.
Who are you talking to? Nobody. I just come here sometimes.
If you ever randomly meet a person in a graveyard and they reply that they're not talking to anyone and like to randomly hang out in the cemetery, either leave them alone or call the police.
Thea, no one can ever know. But why?
Because if anyone found out that someone is lighting real candles around the cemetery, they'll find out this is a massive fire hazard. Wait, no. Hey guys, someone really should know about this gravesite overcandling.
Unless it's about how I left after the kiss. I can explain.
No, I can explain.
Does either explanation involve a skip? Because that's the part I'm looking forward to.
I have to go. Work.
But you're at work.
That could be code. Let her poop in peace, man.
But the STR markers are degraded, so it's taking a little bit longer.
It can't take any longer.
Expecting science to bend to your timeline. This article states that Star Labs was once touted as Starling City's technological jewel, which is weird because Star Labs is located in Central City.
Felicity, who killed Sarah?
You did.
Some people think this music indicates increased tension, but if the arrow has taught me anything, it just means whatever you see while the music plays is a red herring. By the end of this episode, we'll find out that Oliver's pet hamster was behind the whole thing.
Well, that sample is a match for 12 out of the 13 STRs. The odds of that, they're impossible.
Assuming that Star Labs reassembled this genome properly, did your fancy computer take that into consideration? The hamster did it. We all know it's true.
It's Malcolm Merlin.
Oh, well then.
Merlin hid successfully for 2 years from the police and the League. He's good at covering his tracks.
So we uncover them.
Nah. Considering you pressed like 13 keys on the keyboard and instantly pulled up all these images of Malcolm, you'll have something in no time.
The route ends at a private landing strip just outside Starling City.
And you know that by looking at this incredibly zoomed out world map. How? Once you see these as jazz hands, it really kind of changes the intensity of the moment.
I thought you said Merlin was keeping his distance from Thea, that he hadn't had any contact.
Really, Diggle? Because earlier you said...
Merlin was in Corto Maltese with Thea when this was going down.
So if you knew Merlin was with Thea, why is it a surprise they got off the plane together?
Maybe it wasn't your DNA, Oliver. Maybe it was Thea's.
So if Oliver had 12 out of the 13 markers on the arrow that killed Sarah, but his half-sister is the killer, wouldn't that mean that there were fewer markers on the arrow? Unless they are twins! Man, I can't wait for that reveal at the end of the episode.
I might have pinged your phone. Again.
Holy sh**. That is a major red flag, right? He is tracking Felicity's location. Good thing she's going to let him have it when they talk, you know, instead of clearing the air about a kiss.
You were also pretty wrong when you said I regretted kissing you.
Show has time for this, which it doesn't, because there is literally a ticking clock that could end with 50 of Starling City citizens being murdered. But you know, talk about dead girlfriends and
I don't understand. Doesn't your father know?
If he knew about Sarah, he couldn't take it. And I can't lose anyone else.
But you'll be fine, Mom. Plus, you're super disposable to me. Making a Batman villain an Arrow villain cliche.
Return to Starling City. Be merciless.
But Raz and his crew are in f***ing Nanda Parbat, which is located somewhere in the Hindu Kush. So these hops, skips, and jumps they're taking back and forth are bullshit. And if they really are almost at the end of the 48 hours, then Nisa ain't getting back in time to do anything about it. Could he not have come up with a dramatic interest that didn't involve breaking glass he will have to get replaced? I mean, this is his place. He has a f***ing key.
Stay away from me and my father.
The strategy to run is a good one and will help you stay alive if you're ever attacked in your home again. Good thing you'll do that. Also, did she leap off a high-rise balcony to her death just now? She's not even wearing her superhero belt of plot convenience.
Check your phone. I can wait.
Maybe start with that next time? What if Ollie had broken your neck before he had the chance to see the video? Also, why is Merlin still alive at this point? Trying to keep him involved on this show is one of the most bizarre storylines. It was like Lincoln still including and helping Teabag out after 3 seasons of Prison Break. Do you ever wonder who records these incredibly important plot twists? First the shot off the plane, and now this 4K night video of Thea killing Sarah. No? Just me? Oh, okay.
Oliver, if you fight Ra's al Ghul, he'll kill you.
No, he won't.
He will, but also won't.
During the undertaking, Merlin told me that I couldn't win because I didn't know what I was fighting for. Now I do.
Well, that should work then. Ra's is stronger, a much more skilled fighter, and has had decades of assassination training. But Ollie has that can-do attitude.
This location is consecrated ground for the League. A place for the settlement of blood debts, if one survives the climb.
And what about the people who have no blood debt? Do they have to climb up there too?
And you make them pay. And you make them suffer.
I suppose it's no real surprise that these important motherly moments don't make it to Hallmark. Too bad. I bet revenge cards would be really popular in this universe.
What are you going to use it for?
To protect the people of this city. And I want you to help.
Apparently Felicity's superpower is falling into the job of being the guy in the chair for every superhero in Starling City.
And I am so afraid that Ra's al Ghul is going to use your humanity against you.
Turns out that's not really an issue, and Oliver fights like and is stamped pretty easily, so maybe everyone should be a little more concerned about his combat skills.
I'm someone that will do whatever it takes to save my sister.
Which includes backing yourself up to the cliff and ceasing to fight while the demon head blathers on. Good plan.
Remove your shirts. This is custom.
It's also in the contract that we must see Amalabs at least once per episode, and thank God for that, am I right? The bonus to this shirtless fight is that if their swords fail, they can nipple fight to death, because those things have to be razor sharp in this weather. Here's a strange moment when Oliver has been throat chopped, but somehow loses his ability to fight back or do anything cool. I mean, the story needs him to be stabbed and fall down, I get that, but with all of Oliver's training, you'd think that a throat chop wouldn't drop him to his knees. Ollie survives this. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen any episodes past this, but the show is called Arrow, not Arrow's Annoying Friends, so anyone who has ever watched a television show knows that Ollie is not dead. This is a mid-season cliffhanger of lies.
When we get to 20, tell me. I'm gonna throw up.
Hey, you know what else we poke fun at? Music videos. Them shits have sins too, trust me. And we're more than willing to point the counter at the Tay-Tays, the Biebers, the Billies, and many more. Check out Music Video Sins today.
Laura?
What are you doing here?
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
This location is consecrated ground for the League. A place for the settlement of blood debts, if one survives the climb.
Are we okay?
Nah, man. I'm pretty far from okay.
Bye. Bye.
Your parents' death was not your fault.